So this is the mix that I've been using so far this year with good success on my current syndicate. So it's a scalded pellet mix with a 3 or 6mm live system pellet. So starting with the pellet, we're taking a couple of handfuls into the bucket depending on how much bait I want to use on the situation, and I'll boil the kettle. So then I'll add my broken baits into the mix, either the 15mm live system or the 18's crumbed right down. And then I'll add the boiling water, and after that I'll add my chosen liquids, which for me is either the amino 365 or the roasted nut. It's completely up to you what liquid you'll use, but for me I find these complement the baits great and they bind the mix together well. And then the final step to this mix is adding some of the dry live system bag mix, and I find that this will dry the mix out and just bind the balls together to the consistency that I want them. This then opens up a multitude of purposes for the mix, so I can ground the bait into balls, bait small spots when I'm doing laps of the lake and keep my eye on them. Also, if I'm fishing closer in spots, it gives me a different form of mix to what most people would be using. So say for example, if I'm fishing to a snag line and I can access it, I can chuck balls along that snag line. But also when I'm fishing out in the pond, as the lake's fairly large, it receives big winds and lots of undertow, I know that by mulching the mix into the spom or the spod, that bait's going to travel down fast and hold the spot, rather than lots of small bits probably drifting off over time. So that's why I use the mix. So in terms of my rig presentation that I've been using over this mix, I've been favouring a solid bag. One, because a lot of other people aren't using it, but two, when the mix breaks down into small clumps, a solid bag perfectly complements that. I'm using a match the hatch style hook bait, and with that short hook length I know when them fish come in, feeding on those clumps of bait, same impact will come with the solid bag and they'll hook themselves quickly. So that's my scalded pellet mix, which I've used with good success so far this year. I am using the mix with the live system, but this can also be used with the tuna or the triple X. Definitely going into the colder months now, the live system will be my favoured option, and I'm sure it will continue to keep doing me bites through the winter.